Revenge films.
Glenda and I used to work together in the same department, but one night, she asked to see me to give her some life advice. We became drunk that night and ended up sleeping together. After that, she asked me to take responsibility, and since she has a pretty face and a nice body, I said yes. We started dating, and I realized that she was good at cooking. Now, our relationship started is not something I'm proud of, but I was very happy and satisfied that we were dating. However, we had a problem half a year later. Glenda told me that she's pregnant. Honestly speaking, I wasn't hoping to have a child. So I asked her again and again if it was true. She responded by showing me her maternity health record notebook. It was written there that she was 4 weeks pregnant. Convinced that she is actually pregnant, I doubted for a minute if the baby inside her belly was actually mine, but Glenda is 28 years old, so I heard her talking to our female coworkers even before her pregnancy. She wants to get married someday. And that's when I thought that we might need to get married. Glenda was very happy about her pregnancy, and she told me that her parents are over the moon to be expecting a grandchild. I was very shocked when Glenda told me that she already told her parents about her pregnancy, and her parents were very eager to meet me as soon as possible. I haven't sorted my feelings out yet, but Glenda kept on talking about the wedding and how we were going to do it. She talked about which wedding dress to wear, the venue of the wedding, guests, food, and she also asked me when I was going to meet her parents. However, the reality is that I'm the one who got her pregnant, so I knew in my mind and heart that I couldn't run away from this. That is why I asked Samuel, my senior at work. He then invited me to his house for dinner, so I accepted his invitation and we talked about the situation. Samuel's wife Linda cooked dinner and it was very delicious. Samuel told me that I needed to take responsibility for the baby, so I needed to prepare myself. However, Linda overheard our conversation and joined in. She asked for Glenda's full name, so I told her.
You need to break up with her, or else she will tell you that she got pregnant or something.
Then, to my surprise, she told me I was surprised by her comment, which made her sound like one who has extrasensory perception, so I asked her why she knew about it. According to Linda, Glenda had an incident where she lied to a man about being pregnant and made advances in planning a wedding. At that time, she was caught in her lie, so they broke off their engagement and they didn't end up marrying, but rumor says that she shops at luxury brands and she has a lot of debt. I then told Linda about the maternity health record notebook.
Did you check her name properly? I heard the last time she did the same thing. She showed her older sister's maternity health record notebook.
No, I don't think I did, because I was so shocked about her pregnancy.
If that's the case, I think you should check it properly.
Linda warned me about Glenda. Then, days after I had dinner at their house, I decided to check her maternity health record notebook. I slept at her house, and while she was in the shower, I sneaked into her bag and checked the name. In her maternity health record notebook, it was her name on the notebook. That is when I thought that the baby was actually mine, but Linda was still suspicious.
If you don't mind me asking, when did you start dating?
So I honestly told her that Glenda and I started dating about half a year ago. Linda then thought deeply and hard about my response, but Samuel told her, "Stop asking too many questions." I'm sorry about that, Marcus. I then went home earlier than expected. I was a bit bothered about what Linda had said, but the name on the maternity health record notebook was Glenda's, and I accepted my situation and changed my outlook. But the next day, Samuel called me to discuss something. I was worried about what it might be, but I headed to his house. The moment I arrived in, Samuel immediately showed me a picture.
Have you seen this man?
Yeah, only in the picture, but that's Glenda's older brother, right? What? Linda then sighed and said that she knew it. She then told me who the man in the picture actually was. The man who I thought was Glenda's older brother actually works at the same company as us, and he is a salesman who is currently working at one of our company's branches in Europe. What shocked me even more was that Linda told me that the man was the father of the baby. I was confused as to what that was, so Linda taught me carefully. I was told that the man visited the headquarters quarterly to join the meeting and to report. Linda told the people at the office that she and the man were dating and that they might get married soon. Huh? Wait a second. Did you just say half a year ago? That's when Glenda and I started dating.
Right? Isn't it strange?
Linda responded. Linda went on to explain that the man visited the headquarters a month ago. Glenda was 4 weeks pregnant. Linda said that the numbers fit. While I was dumbfounded by the discovery, Linda typed in Glenda's phone number and waited for Glenda to answer the phone.
Glenda, the baby inside your belly is Mr. Miller's, am I right? So that means you're lying, right?
Linda went straight to the main issue, so Samuel and I were shocked. It seems like Glenda is denying the truth on the other end of the phone, but Linda told her several reasons why she was right. Linda told her about how she knew that Glenda boasted about dating Mr. Miller and all the other information that she gathered. Then, after Linda said everything she had to say, she handed me the phone and told me to talk to Glenda. I heard her crying on the other end of the line, and she insisted that the baby in her belly was mine. But when I asked Glenda why she lied about the man in the picture, telling me that he is his older brother when he's not, she fell silently, and that answered everything. I then hung up the phone and ended our conversation that day, but whether I liked it or not, she has a baby in her belly, and we had to clear things up to know the real father of the baby. So I decided to go to Glenda's house the next day. When I entered the room, she was sitting silently. I then asked her when she last met the man. She confessed to me that it was about a month ago. I then summoned up the courage to ask her whether she did anything physical with him. She nodded in silence. So that means the baby in your belly is not mine but his, right?
No, this baby is yours.
Why are you so certain that the baby is mine?
Because you're not certain that it's not yours, right? You did it around the same time as I did it with him, so your DNA is also in there.
She started getting angry when she was the offender. However, I remembered something at that moment. Actually, Glenda had a habit of writing when she did it with me. When I told her to show me her notebook, she showed her refusal to do so. However, Glenda marks a circle on the days she did it with me, and during her safe days, and on days when she did it without protection, she marks them with an X. That is why I thought, I would know the truth for sure. Glenda didn't want me to find out, so she didn't show me her notebook, but I wanted to clarify things, so I used my strength and took her notebook. I just checked the markings on the calendar and the notebook, and just as I thought, she marked the day circle when she did it with me, and she marked the day's X when she did it without permission. I knew it! That baby is not mine. The odds are overwhelmingly high that the man is the father. If you're confident that the baby is mine, I don't mind taking a DNA test at all. When I told her that, she finally gave up. It seemed like the man was one of the top producers of the company, so he was to be married to the company's president's niece. That is why she deceived me. Apparently, she thought that everything would turn out fine if she married me. After that, Glenda fake cried and said,
I know I can build a wonderful family with you, so please, Marcus, marry me!
She begged me to marry her, but there was no way I would say yes to her, when I was aware that she would just hold me accountable for someone else's baby. Glenda and I weren't engaged yet, so I broke up with her right then and there. The baby is the man's, and her problem after all, not mine. After what happened, Glenda was furious because she failed to persuade me to marry her, to provide for her and the baby. Glenda probably felt desperate and in despair. Or maybe she couldn't accept the fact that the man was happy while she is struggling with her life because Glenda exposed everything to the company president and the man's parents.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.